What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Uber Cooled Garage. On this week's episode, we're going to be finishing the exhaust on Zacks ghia. Doing a couple other little things. It's kind of a short video this week. My daughter's birthday was on Friday, and then we had a party for her on Saturday. And I've been out of town working all week, so I haven't been getting home until late at night and waking up early to go to work. So kind of a shorter video, but we got quite a bit of good progress done. I'm going to try and get a little bit of work done today when this video comes out. It'll be on next week's video, but we're gonna really start jamming on it, start doing a couple more things that he wanted to do. So this car went from just getting it running to pretty much a full build. We're gonna be redoing all of the interior, painting the interior, painting the engine bay, painting the under the hood, cleaning up some wiring, and we'll probably end up getting it painted as well. So we're gonna really start trying to jam on this thing, get it done, get it ready for him. So this car will end up really cool when it's done. If you guys are interested in a swap or have any questions about a swap, feel free to email me. My email is down in the description. Or you can follow me on Instagram and DM me through Instagram. I'll put that down in the description as well. So we're really gonna start jamming on things, and hope you guys enjoy. Okay guys, so lost the footage on building the header, but got the header all done. Comes down, loops up, still have to clean it up a little bit. Flex joints down there, O2 sensors down there, so I'm gonna cut this shorter. I got the muffler sitting right here, so I'm gonna cut that shorter, and then the flange will go from here, and then I'll have a 90 pipe that comes in here like this, and then this piece right here will come down and then just dip down under there underneath the fender. That way it keeps it nice and clean. Lengthen the exhaust a little bit. The muffler doesn't sit any lower than the oil pan, which is nice. So we're gonna get this in there, get the exhaust finished up, and then we'll move on to the intake, get that done. I'm gonna clean up all these pulleys, start putting the front cover back on, clean up the motor a little bit, that way it's not so dirty. I just got a text from Zach, the owner of this car. We are gonna go through with some other plans on the car, so you guys will get to see that as well. So let's finish up this exhaust, and then we'll continue getting this motor ready. I think what I might do in the end is make a plate that covers this whole section here, keep it nice and tight to the motor, nice and clean. That way it hides the muffler, it cleans all this area up a little bit. So probably end up doing that. So let's continue on the motor. Alright, so this is what I came up with for the muffler side. That flange goes onto the header side of it. I got two brackets here. Those will get welded and then folded down into the muffler and then welded all the way around. I just have them tack welded for now, have all this stuff tack welded. I got a slight angle back to get away from the rear apron, and then it dumps down. So the exhaust tip, pretty cool. Came out really good. Love the fitment on it. It's away from everything. It doesn't hang any lower than the oil pan, which is good. So everything underneath the car is, the motor stuff is about an inch further down than the bottom of the car. So I'm going to fully weld this out, clean up the header side, clean this side up, and then I will I'm gonna do some extreme header paint on it. That way all of this stuff is good, none of it rusts. Looks really nice and clean when it's done. It lasts really good. So I'll show you what I use. So we'll fully weld this out, and then should be paint and final assembly on the exhaust system, which is nice. So let's get this welded. Alright, so I got the muffler section all welded up. Turned out really good. So I'm gonna sand down the whole thing and get it ready for the paint. I'll also do the same with the headers. And then after it's painted, bolt it up, and the exhaust is completely done. So, went to the store, picked up a can of high heat barbecue paint. The Ultra makes it kind of glossy. That way it doesn't look like dirty, gross, flat black paint on the exhaust. This stuff works really well. I have yet to have any issue with it. It stays on really good. Keeps everything from rusting up, and it looks good. So I'm gonna paint the headers and the muffler real quick, and then we'll go throw this in the car. Alright, so this is what it looks like painted. Pretty glossy. It kind of dulls out just a little bit. This was with fresh paint. So, turned out really good. Nice and clean. So everything here looks pretty darn good. We'll wait until it stops raining, and then we'll put the full exhaust system in. I got the exhaust system all installed. I didn't film it because it was pouring down rain. So the muffler sits right here. We got plenty of clearance from the oil filter and the water neck. So it actually turned out really good. You can see the muffler under there. The exhaust kicks out right down here under the passenger tire. The clamp and the flex joint I left stainless, which makes it look really cool. So the exhaust system turned out really nice. The paint looks really good. It's nice and smooth and clean. I got the two brackets there that hold the muffler where it needs to be. I might put in a clamp right here and then a strap that bolts up over there. That way it's not just supported by the muffler. Might maybe do one over here too. So now I think I might work on the reverse throttle body situation. Do that. I need to clean up some of these pulleys. I'll start getting the front cover done and stuff like that, and then we'll move on to the radiator system. So pretty much the exhaust was the biggest fabrication part of this entire car. The coolant system's pretty straightforward, nothing too extravagant there. I'm going to run this over into a filler neck that sits up here the same way that my ghia was set up, because the new setup on the ghia that I just sold, the coolant system was kind of a pain in the butt to to burp and stuff like that. But once it's set up and good, you don't ever really have to worry about it. So this one, I'll put the filler neck over here. That way it makes it nice and easy. You'll have the filler neck on the radiator all the way up front, so you can crack that open, fill it from back here, and then let it burp out up front, and then put that radiator cap on, fill it the rest of the way. So we'll do that, and then we should be looking pretty good. The owner of the car contacted me and said, let's go ahead and do the interior while we're at it. So these seats will be coming out. I'll be painting the entire interior, putting new door panels in, new seats, and we'll start cleaning up the interior, getting all this set up too. Alright, so the part that you just saw me weld and paint was the throttle body flip. So you can see that the throttle body now sits on top of the motor. I didn't film making that just because it was a whole bunch of fabrication. It was cut, test, tack, cut, test, so whole bunch of that. It turned out really good. You got room above the coil there, so the intake will come over, and then the filter will sit kind of in this general area. But that turned out really good. Looks really cool. Nice, simple, nothing too fancy. It does have clearance to the firewall. Seriously just a hair, but that'll work out. I do have to lengthen the throttle position sensor wires, which is no big deal. So I'll lengthen those. The throttle cable will come from here and then drop down, or it might end up coming up here and then across and in. That way it pulls down on it. So I will figure that out next. Well, actually I have to order a new throttle cable because this one is torn. So everything on here is starting to look pretty good. We'll start plumbing up some stuff and keep moving along on this. Alright guys, so that's all I have for you this week. I'm gonna order a couple more parts to finish off that intake. I thought I had couplers for it, but I do not, so I need to order a different reducer coupling and a air filter, and then the intake side will be done. I also have to order the O2 sensor and another throttle body gasket. That way I can finish that off, get all of that stuff done. Everything's looking pretty good so far. We're gonna start digging into the interior and getting things painted probably next week, so stay tuned for that. the bug stuff, I'm planning on ordering more roll cage piping, so hopefully there might be a video next week, probably the week after of the bug. Start getting that thing all situated and ready to go as well. So really gonna start pushing to get things done. Until the next one, peace out, guys.